Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today we got a great show for you. But before we get started, my name is Jaime. Welcome back to the channel. Today is June 6th, 2024. Happy Thursday, or as some call it, Friday Eve. We got a lot of great stuff to cover. We're going to talk about inventory, some movements in rates, and I'm going to actually touch on one of the reasons why there has been movements in rates recently. So let's get started and dive into our PSL inventory tracker. All right, so on our PSL inventory tracker, you can see we're starting the day at 2342, an increase of 0.26% from yesterday, but we're actually down on inventory 0.09%, not by much, but it is against what we've seen throughout this year. On properties below 375 or listed below 375, we're actually seeing those come off the market at a rate of, or actually on a percentage rate of 2.67% for the month. Properties above 375 have increased 0.80%. All right. And properties that are listed with a reduced price are actually continuing the trend that we saw last month of coming off the market. And you can see that right over there at about 2%. And properties that have moved over or are listed for rent, let's say, have increased 2%. Okay. And now some of these movements, you can see as some of these buckets probably move. I know some properties that are maybe not coming off the market or as far as selling, some owners are moving them to rent. Some properties that are listed for rent and they're not renting, or maybe at the price range that they want or need, they're moving into the other listing bucket. So definitely seeing a lot of that in the market, but we'll keep an eye on that, see where we're at. Mortgage News daily rate survey. This is as of the rates of the close of the last business day, which I got it right this time. So yesterday it closing numbers. So the 30-year fixed rate was at 7.03. That is down 0.04% from the beginning of yesterday. And also track obviously the FHA here, the 30-year at 6.55%, and that is down 0.07% from the beginning of yesterday. Now, I am getting rate updates already this morning, and it looks like the rates are going up, okay? 0.11% or 11 basis point increase on the pricing of these rates. So that's what we're seeing today, which I'll touch on right over here at our US Market Watch. So we could see it's kind of a mixed bag, unchanged, very little or very little up or down, okay? Now the 10-year treasury yield, which is again what mortgage rates follow loosely, is at 4.291, an increase of 0.002. So basically it's flat. That's what we're seeing here. So not a lot of movement from opening this morning. Now the why. All right. So I try to help everyone understand sometimes the why. It's very simple to think, hey, if the Fed increases the rates or they decrease the rates, that's going to impact mortgages. That may be true, but in between those movements, there's a lot of things that get factored in, and this is one of them. So we are on routers. I can't get that right, but anyway, we're right there on their website, and they have an article titled "U.S. Weekly Jobless Claims Edge Higher. Q1 Labor Costs Revised Lower." So, if you didn't know this, there's a weekly jobless claim numbers that come out every Thursday. And actually, coincidentally, at the beginning of the month, they're followed by the first Friday of the month with the monthly job numbers of the previous month. So tomorrow, we're actually going to be getting the official May numbers for jobless claims. So we'll track that because I'm sure it may move the market up or down. But this is one of the reasons where we're seeing the rates move. Okay. The number I'll go over, I'm going to keep it short here, but we want to make sure that we just kind of get an understanding of what's going on in the market and how that's affecting our rates, right? So the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits increased last week, and unit labor's costs rose by less than previously thought in the first quarter, indicating the labor market is cooling, but not enough to allay the Federal Reserve's hesitance to begin cutting interest rates. So obviously this is where the jobless claims are starting to increase. The economy is slowing down a little bit, but not enough for the Fed to jump in Sorry about that. I'm getting a message here. Um, but not enough for the rates for the Fed. Sorry, lost my train of thought. For the Fed to jump in and cut the rates, or at least not yet. Now they will meet this next week, the 14th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to meet. It is not expected to have any movement on rates this meeting, but they will have another one September and I think November right after the election and December. So if I was a betting man, I would say those last two meetings will have interest rate cuts. Again, it depends on what numbers come out, and that could change drastically between now and then. Now, what could make the market or the Feds move before then? If something breaks, I don't expect that to happen between now and then. But and then also they don't want to, they may not want to start moving rates down because it might seem like a political move. So I'm expecting them to just kind of stay still after the election. They will maybe move. We'll see. Last paragraph here. Initial claims for the state unemployment benefits rose 8,000 to a seasonally adjusted 229,000 for the week ended June 1st. The Labor Department said Thursday. Economists polled by Reuters had forecasted 220,000 claims in the latest week. So the numbers actually came in higher than expected by about 9,000. Not a big jump, but it's always kind of anything outside of what is expected could move the markets. Again, sometimes good news is good news, and sometimes in the market, good news is bad news, and vice versa. So we'll keep an eye on this. Other than that, if you found some value in this video, please don't forget to click that likes button, that subscribe, and that little bell icon to show that you appreciate the information and that'll help the channel grow. So other than that, have a fantastic day. I'll put out a video right over here for you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.